Hey guys, welcome to Smack Talk. This is a very special episode of Smack Talk because I am here in Manchester. I was here last night for Raw. My voice is gone a bit because I was just chanting all night, but what an experience. First time going to Raw, and you just don't, I think, I've been to quite a lot of house shows, but you just don't understand the scale of the show once you get to like a televised one, and such a different atmosphere. The crowds were great, everyone was so nice to each other, and it just shows you what wrestling brings to people. It's like everyone absolutely enjoyed it. What I found funny was there was a woman in the queue when we were queuing to get into the arena last night, and she was complaining like, oh, I can't believe there's so many people queuing to watch fake ref fighting. And I was like, yeah, but you're in this queue. You're here because someone you love is in this queue. It just shows you, and the atmosphere and everything. And then I heard her afterwards, and she's like, oh, this was great, I'm so glad I came. I was like, see, this is what wrestling does. It's a great atmosphere, you have a good time, and everyone enjoys themselves, and that's what should be. But yeah, so with all that said and done, I haven't got any intros. I'm just going to take every segment bit by bit. So first things first, we started off with Baron Corbin. We had the security, you had the superstars waiting for him. He finally came out, went into the centre of the ring, and then made a big announcement for Survivor Series. He will be the captain of Team Raw. He's made his three of his first three choices. That's going to be Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, and Braun Strowman. I think very good choices, very strong start to Raw for their team. Obviously Seth Rollins isn't going to be able to take part in the Survivor Series match unless Dean beats him for the title. But yeah, it's looking like we're going to have quite a strong, mostly heel team for Raw this year. He also announced who's going to be the captain of the women's Raw team. That's Alexa Bliss. She didn't announce any teams, any members of her team yet. She just said that she was going to set up a match that night, and that was going to be an Evolution rematch where we saw the Riott Squad versus Natalya, Sasha Banks and Bayley. The crowd were quite happy with that, you know. And before she could actually get the match started, she was interrupted by Kurt Angle. Brilliant crowd, was not expecting it, none of us were expecting it. And this pushed on to the main event, where Kurt Angle pushed Corbin into giving him an opportunity to become Raw captain for Survivor Series if he beat Corbin tonight. But obviously, after all that, Braun Strowman came out to chase Baron Corbin away, and then we got the women's 6-woman tag team match. That last segment, that good segment, great fun. Angle being back, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Really good start to the show. So we got onto the 6-woman tag team match, and before the match started, Natalya was backstage saying she's going to wear her dad's sunglasses. Nia had glasses, which was great. The crowd really got behind that. You could tell who the crowd's favourite was straight away. The Riott Squad didn't really get no booing, not much booing or anything like that. They just got a basic yay or nay kind of atmosphere when they walked in. Same with Natalya, she got a bit of a pop, but not a huge pop, even though she had that backstage segment. It was Sasha Banks and Bayley, huge crowd just went mental when those two came out. But the match itself was mediocre at best. I think the match at the Evolution was a lot better. There was the crowd just couldn't. It just felt like a lot of us were like, we've seen this before and we've seen a better version of this match already. Sarah Logan really being very more dominant in this match, which was surprising. A lot of fans were wanting Ruby Riott to get involved, but she was involved a little bit, and then she got Natalya's father's sunglasses, snapped them, and the match ended. Natalya couldn't compete. The Riott Squad scampered away up to the stage, where Bayley and Sasha Banks held Natalya next to the ring. We were very, very confused because the bell didn't ring, nothing happened. As a fan, you're like, what's this? What's this? It's no contest. What's going on? Is it first sunglasses smashed wins? It was very, very confusing for us in the arena, because obviously we didn't have commentating to explain what referee's decision was. He just went like that. The match ended, and that was it. Because of the match, because it wasn't better than Evolution, and let's be honest, the ending was terrible. I can understand Natalya being upset with her dad's sunglasses being broke, but I'm going to have to give this a 5 out of 10, because it could have been a lot better if I actually did it right. Next up we had Apollo versus Jinder Mahal. Now quite a few of us sat in the arena just went, why is this on Raw when we had the main event show recorded before Raw started, and this felt like a main event show kind of match, not main event, not the main event, the main event show. And it was lackluster. The fans really wasn't really that far. They booed Jinder for a little bit, but the heat for Jinder has kind of simmered a lot, seeing as he's more used as a jobber now for the heel faction on Raw. And Apollo, we'd have no idea what they're trying to do. It's great for Apollo to have more airtime, we've all said that, but it's just like, is he having a feud with Jinder now? What's going on? No one really understood what is going on with this. The match itself was very, very tame. Apollo did get the win, which was a surprise. You know, he won it with a slam, and we're like, oh, is that it? He slammed, did his awesome, backflip, splash onto his opponent, and then that was it. And we're just like, oh, okay, that was it. It was a very quick, probably 5-10 minute match. Well, that's 5-minute match. So I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10, because literally no one was wanting or needed this match on the night. But we did get a massive match, and it was AOP versus Seth Rollins. Now this all started with Seth coming out to the ring, talking about, he had all 3 titles on him at the time. He had the 2 tag team titles and the Intercontinental title around his waist, and he was talking about Dean Ambrose, talking about Roman Reigns. The crowd chanting "Thank you, Roman." It was really good, really great promo from Seth Rollins. He is the guy on Raw right now, and it was interesting. It was interesting for many reasons, because you knew for a second, I think everyone knew he was going to get. Something was going to happen with Raw Tag Team titles tonight, because he held the titles. Baron Corbin came on big screen, said you got to defend the titles tonight with your partner, laughing at him, and then AOP turned up. AOP, this was the best match of the night in my opinion by far. Seth Rollins just showed how good he is. AOP not looking too dominant against one man. It made AOP look a little bit weaker, but that's fine, because Seth Rollins at that level where you can use him at this stage like that. But yeah, AOP overpowered him quite easily after a while, and they won the Raw Tag Team Champions. I'm glad a tag team own the tag team titles right now, especially a team like AOP. They were really good in NXT, and now that they're holding the Raw Tag Team titles, now we can start building the Raw Tag Team division, which it needs to be. And then Dean Ambrose comes out, just says, you want to know why, and then obviously Dirty Deeds. The crowd instantly, the minute he attacks Seth, Dean was getting booed anyway, but he got more booed. Really good heel heat for Dean. Really going to build up a feud between Ambrose and Seth. Definitely the Intercontinental Championship is going to be on the line at some point with those two. I'm going to give this match an 8 out of 10. Really good match. Seth Rollins just showing why he's the man right now on Raw. Next up we had Elias versus Dolph Ziggler. Now this was quite cool. Dolph cutting a brilliant heel promo. He gets interrupted by Elias, and the crowd just goes mental. Elias is full on babyface now, and the crowd, he's backing with the crowd. He's like, this is the respect I deserve. And we all started singing, oh, walk with Elias, oh, walk with Elias. It was great. Everyone enjoyed themselves, and we got straight onto a match between Elias and Dolph. The match itself was very dragged out, in my opinion. Just shows a clinic of what Dolph Ziggler can do in the ring. He's Elias being now the babyface. I like that he's challenging more and more heels. It's not just going to have one feud. He's pretty much taking on quite a lot of heels right now. seeing where his level is. I think he's at the level to take on guys like Dolph Ziggler. The person next to me on the night said that Elias's mic skills are fantastic, at the best in the company right now, but his in-ring skills need to improve. And I said the Dolph Ziggler feud would probably do that. His in-ring skills could shine a lot more taking on someone like Dolph Ziggler, and I hope this is the case, but we do get an Elias Dolph Ziggler feud, because I think that would work brilliant, because Dolph can do the mic, he can do the in-ring, and Elias can definitely do the mic, and his in-ring skills just improve and improve and improve. So I want to see how that goes. Elias did get the win, so with the drift away, which was great. The fans really started cheering and had a fantastic time. I'm going to give this match a 6 out of 10. It was, like I said, it dragged a lot during it, but there was a lot of great bits inside, especially with the promo, and at the end both men really going all out. Next up we had a promo from Ronda Rousey, and the crowd just went absolutely mental when Ronda came out. She cut a fantastic promo towards Becky Lynch and called herself the baddest bitch on the planet, which the crowd just erupted and they loved that straight away. Then after she cut probably one of her best promos, not the best, but one of the best promos, she was interrupted by Nia Jax. Nia said, after Survivor Series I'm coming for the Raw title. And then Ember Moon came out. Crowd were mental when Ember came out, and that started the Ember Moon. I'm going to give the Ronda Rousey promo itself, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's worth watching, just for the little bits at the end, but very, pretty much a good promo from Ronda right there. And like I said, we had Nia Jax versus Ember Moon. The crowd was so not into this match, and that was a shame. Very, very quiet. I think it's because we've seen this match so many times, and a lot of us in the arena were like, we've seen this match, we know they've got good chemistry, but we just, unless there's nothing going to happen with it, we just didn't need to see it again. And Nia did get the win again over Ember Moon, and we all just said that's kind of defeating Ember's momentum a little bit right there. Then Tamina came out. Tamina started beating up on Ember Moon. Nia Jax just looked like she didn't know what to do, and next thing we know, Nia started attacking Ember Moon as well. She turned heel last night and she teamed up with Tamina. We all, literally 2 minutes before Tamina came out, we all said Tamina's coming out, Nia's turning heel, and they're going to attack Ember Moon together, and that's exactly what happened. We saw it happen last night, and we were just kind of like, if we've already said it 2 minutes before it happens, it kind of shows you what kind of writing they're doing right now with this. And with Nia Jax, bit of a shame. She is quite liked. A lot of fans were like, oh, not really ready for Nia to turn heel, but they could just see it in the water already. So I'm going to give the match itself and everything a 5 out of 10. The heel turn wasn't a surprise, and the Ember Moon match with Nia had no atmosphere throughout the crowd. Next up we had Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor. Now this was a match I think a lot of fans were looking forward to, not because we want to see Bobby Lashley, because Finn Balor is so huge over here in the UK, and we just went mental when Finn came out. I think Leo Rush was getting absolutely a ton of abuse from the crowd, which was great. A lot of people chatting, you're just a small Bobby Lashley to Leo Rush, which I found quite hilarious. Because Leo Rush looked around like, what? Finn Balor just looks awesome. The match itself wasn't anything great. Again, we've seen these type of matches before for the last couple of weeks now, so but it was just the atmosphere for Finn coming out really made the crowd more excited. But yeah, Finn didn't get the win this time. Bobby did. Quite dominant was Bobby Lashley. Finn has some good offensive moves in, but this was definitely like, oh, Finn's won the last 2 matches, Bobby wins this one for the feud. I've got to give this match a 5 out of 10 again. It was a very random type of match, because Leo Rush did get involved a few times, and Finn knocked him out, was about to take Leo Rush out before Bobby Lashley took the advantage, and he used that advantage to get the victory. So yeah, not too much of a surprise really right there. last but not least, we had Drew McIntyre versus Kurt Angle. This was supposed to be Baron Corbin versus Angle, but that didn't happen because Baron Corbin all throughout the night was running away from Braun Strowman. Really funny when you're watching the backstage stuff in the arena as a fan, because you're just laughing your head off. Baron hid in the storage area, he hid everywhere, he just tried to get away from Braun Strowman all night after him attacking him at Crown Jewel. No mention. They showed up quite a few bits of Crown Jewel, and every time they did, the crowd booed, so that just shows you how that went from. But yeah, this was really random, this match, mainly because it was very grappling and very slower pace than what I expect from a main event. Drew McIntyre is really good in the ring, but yeah, the match itself was just, it was okay. It wasn't great, it was okay. And then Angle used the angle lock 3 times throughout the match, and then Drew used it on Kurt Angle, and Angle tapped out, and everyone's like, what? Angle tapped out? Like, no one expected it. And that was the end of the show for you guys. For us, Dolph Ziggler came out. Dolph and Drew about to attack Angle, and Braun Strowman came out. This is the dark match stuff where Braun takes out Dolph Ziggler 3 times with a power slam. Drew thinks he's knocked out Braun. Braun gets back up, power slams Drew McIntyre, and he saves Angle. Good little dark match, you know, not really a dark match, but the dark segment of the Raw show. Got the fans going home happy that Braun Strowman came out, saved Kurt Angle, and both men cheered at the end. I'm going to give, because I saw the dark match bit, it made it better than what we got for the main event, so I'm going to give that a 6 out of 10. It was fun. And there you go. And there you go, guys. That was Raw from last night. What did I think? I thought it was a good show. I think that it was a random match. It was a random show, but very entertaining. The crowd made it great for me personally, and I just can't wait to watch SmackDown. Go and see SmackDown tonight in the arena. But yeah, just an absolute different beast. And there you go. The final score I'm going to give Raw for this week, it's going to get a 6 out of 10. We were all worried it was going to be a bad match or a good match show last night. I think a lot of us were worried because after Crown Jewel you couldn't have that mix, but I think they managed to have a mixed bag. It wasn't a lot of good matches, but the bits like the title change was great, and Kurt Angle returning for in-ring action was brilliant, so the fans were really happy with that. So yeah. So, what did you guys think of Raw last night? Leave it in the comments below. If you do like our videos, remember to please like, subscribe, and press the bell to keep notified. And I'll see you guys next time on Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews.